What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and got some breaking news for you. Before I get to that though, so just want to update you guys. So my microphone, there was something wrong with it, so having to send it back. I'll get a new one, so bear with me as I try and manage the audio for my videos and stuff as best I can until I get my new microphone, and then that'll get all cleaned up. Anyway, so the breaking news is this, that the Miami Dolphins have brought in former Raiders GM Reggie McKenzie. Okay, so apparently Reggie McKenzie will be a senior personnel executive who works with general manager Chris Grier. So look, bringing in a guy like that on face value, right, is great. So, you know, he's got you know, tons of experience. You know, he was obviously the Raiders GM, blah 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 blah. All that's really great, right? So, but here's the thing, right? Part of my show is pointing out the things that other people don't point out. So when I look at this, it's frustrating to me, and the reason why is because Stephen Ross has been getting tons of praise from the media and so on and so forth about how he's finally doing the right things with his front office because he's streamlining things and he's cutting things back and making sure that the number of voices in the room are very limited. You know, it's just, you know, one goes to one, and, you know, like Brian Flores goes to, it started out, Brian Flores goes to general manager Chris Grier, and Chris Grier goes to Stephen Ross. Okay, great. So that makes sense. And you have that argument at that point because he definitely streamlined it. But here's the thing. Tannenbaum is still in the organization somewhere. I don't know what his capacity is. We haven't seen any reports that officially say, you know, Tannenbaum is doing this, but he's in there. So take that for what you will. Maybe he has a voice, maybe he doesn't. But then they brought in Marvin Allen to be like Chris Grier's right-hand man, right? Okay, well, but that's now another voice in the mix and another person in the you know, front office that's, you know, gonna be around at the very least. And now all of a sudden you bring in Reggie McKenzie as well. So the thing that frustrates me is Stephen Ross actually learning from, you know, his past mistakes? And he was getting tons of credit for cleaning up the front office, but it seems to me that he's adding more people. Maybe I'm wrong, and, you know, it could work out well. Who knows? You know, those are things that we don't know yet because they haven't happened. But it would at least seem that the argument that, you know, he has streamlined the front office is starting to, you know, get a bit shaky at the very least. Because, you know, like I said, I mean, Tannenbaum's floating around somewhere. They brought in Marvin Allen and then now Reggie McKenzie. So, you know, and potentially, right, so a lot of the complaints with the way that it was before, you know, having so many, you know, because they would say that in the previous regime, you know, it was too much having Tannenbaum, Grier, and Gase because there were too many opinions, blah, 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 you know, whatever. But now there's more than that. There's more than that, even if you count Tannenbaum out, right? Before it was Ross, Tannenbaum, Grier, and Gase. Now, so that's 4. Now you have Ross, Grier, Allen, McKenzie, and Flores. So now you have 5 heads in there. So he actually, I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, increased the number of, you know, people around. Now, I don't know if they're all going to exactly have a whole lot of say, but I mean, come on. Why are you hiring these guys then? I mean, Reggie McKenzie is a senior personnel executive, and he's going to be working very closely from the reports with Grier. We know Marvin Allen was hired to work, you know, hand in hand with Grier. So why are you getting these advisors or assistants for him if you're trying to streamline it, right? So, you know, like I said, it is what it is. I mean, I personally, it looks like he's just doing some of the same old shit, and I'm not, you know, that's why I've been telling you guys, he's got to convince me that he's learned and that he's doing the right things, because then that adds that element, you know, that everybody was bitching about before. You know, it's another factor that could potentially make things more difficult and more complicated going forward, because now there's all these opinions in there, and those guys are above Brian Flores, right? So, you know, we'll see how it shakes out. Anyway, that's all I really got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy my videos. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section, and as always, follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.